Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm your host, Clip, the host of the Club Sports, but coming to you in Leesburg, Virginia, Loudoun County area. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get you guys the fact that the Steelers have a third. That Steelers, by the way, get their third upset loss to the Bengals, while the Steelers could potentially have a loss awaiting them in the playoffs. I'll tell you guys about that for sure. I'll talk with you guys also about the fact that the Anthony Joshua really wants the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, the match that you all have been requesting for quite a while now. And it made soon 2021. Get you guys to that for sure. Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 2 is going to occur at Fight Island, instead of being an AT&T Stadium. So, yeah, it's going to be January 23rd, by the way, in 2021 for sure. Dwayne Haskins, the piece of trash, apologized for being in a strip club or going maskless at the strip club, by the way. And he got fined and suspended that, and this would be a result of a COVID violation, by the way. I'll tell you about the fact that Keyontae Johnson is out of the hospital stemming from that collapse he had at that FSU rivalry game. Get you guys to that for sure. And the NBA is tonight, everybody. JuJu Smith-Schuster could face some repercussions stemming from the fact that he was dancing a Tik Tok on the Bengals logo. And, well, there could be some repercussions awaiting him for sure. It's about that. More apparel, more turmoil for dancing and Washington football. I'll tell you about that for sure. And the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Famer nominees. I'll get you guys that for sure. So that's all the news I'm having for today, everybody. But first things first, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start things off with the fact that the Bengals get their third loss, an upset loss to the Bengals, 27-17 by 10 points. I don't know if the Steelers got the same for themselves right now, because it seems like the Steelers right now, like they're not looking like a playoff team right now. They really not. They got 2 games against the Colts, and you got a game against the Browns. Because I don't know what's wrong with the Steelers right now. Big Ben. I mean, his birthday's in March, by the way. I can tell you that. But clearly, Steelers, they need to wake up. I mean, they've already lost to Washington. They've lost to Bills Mafia, and then last night they end up losing to the Bengals. I mean, are you kidding me? Steelers are supposed to play like a playoff team. I mean, they have until January 9th to get their acts together. The wild cards are around January 9th. The divisional round is I think it's around January 13th, I guess, or a later date. In 2021, they are in absolute danger in the playoffs for sure. I'll tell you, teams could be one against the Colts and one can be against the Browns, because I mean the Steelers, they could be like 11. They could be winding up as 11-5. So if they're 11-5, I mean they gotta get together. I mean their offense, was looking pretty good, but their defense wasn't enough. I mean, the Steelers right now are just completely out of sync. I don't know what to say right now, but I think it's safe to say that Big Ben, may have to do something that he's never done before, or they should have done maybe decades ago. Take the walk of shame and admit that you may as well call it a career. So the Steelers right now, they are just, I don't know what. I mean, they're going to be one of the good teams for sure. I can tell you that much. I mean, they're in the divisional round. But clearly, something's got to be said. They can be number 2 seed for sure in the AFC division. But Steelers right now, like, what is happening here? Like, what is going on? The Steelers, they're going to be in peril to whoever they have to face in the playoffs for sure. Whether it's going to be Chiefs Kingdom, whether it's going to be Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins, the rising MVP. Whether it's going to be the Colts, who they have Sunday. Whether it's going to be Bills Mafia. Whether it's going to be, pretty much, I would say, Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, Browns, Baker Mayfield, the Browns, so they got in the final game before the playoffs even start. Titans. So clearly, Steelers, they need to get a wake up call because there's no reason why Steelers should not be losing like 3 games. If they lose the last 2 games, they could be like 11-5. They could be 11-5, or they somehow get a comeback win against the Colts and Browns. I guess. On that note, well, Steelers right now, they've been in Jersey, and basically, I could tell you this right now: the Steelers aren't gonna head back to Super Bowl 55 because it seems that the Steelers right now are just losing potential. They're out of momentum because they're not looking like a playoff team right now. I mean, yes, you can say that Steelers are going to head back to the are going to head back to the Super Bowl. You can say, but here's what I'm going to say to them right now. Here's what I'm saying to Steelers fans in particular. They're not looking like a playoff team. They were undefeated. I mean, they got until next thing you know, they ran into a speed bump when they got taken down by the Washington, who broke their streak, and it was to the Bills Mafia. Last night, you end up losing to a team that's not playoff material. That's the Bengals with no Joe Burrow. So really, is this really on Mike Tomlin? By the way, are we really pointing face at Mike Tomlin? I could tell you this right now. I can also tell you this: that Mike Tomlin's coaching tenure with the Steelers could be down the wire. And they may be in peril. And I can tell you the Steelers, they most certainly are in peril of I'm not winning a game I'm not winning a playoff game. They may be in peril of not making the AFC title game. They're also gonna be in peril if they're not in the Super Bowl, which they are not. There's only one team that's already in. There's only one team that's Super Bowl material. One team that's the right audience. One team that's the defending Super Bowl champs. One team that's considered the new dynasty. That's Chiefs King. The Super Bowl runs through the Chiefs' kingdom now, not the Steelers. So fans, you can say whatever you want, guys, but in the end, Steelers they're not gonna get what's coming. They're not looking like playoff material right now. They're not. They're gonna take the fall, and that's that. So honestly, no one expected to see the Steelers get destroyed by the Bengals last night, because obviously no one expected that to happen. They only got 2 games. They got the Colts on Sunday. And then the next week they have the Browns. Baker Mayfield from the Browns playing pretty good for sure. So Steelers, their chances of surviving the playoffs, they're going to be numbered, and they're not going to the Super Bowl. They're really not. Yes, they arguably were a good team. Yes, they were arguably good till the win streak collapsed. So I don't know how the Steelers are going to bounce back. I don't know how the Steelers are going to be able to come back from these 3 losses. I don't know how the Steelers are going to be able to. I don't know if the Steelers are going to win these last 2 games against the Colts and the Browns. I don't know how that's going to suit. But Steelers right now, their chances. They're not. I'm not going to consider the Super Bowl material. Oh no. They did win 1 Super Bowl. I can tell you that. That was in the past. But they're not playoff material anymore. That's it. And needless to say, that Steelers right now, they just aren't looking. They're not looking like themselves anymore. They're really not. So Steelers, they need to get a wake up call, and the Steelers, they get eliminated in the playoffs, nor them not going to the Super Bowl, which they will not. Mike Tomlin's tenure, his coaching tenure with the Steelers, it's going to be numbered. That's it. So who's to blame for that upset, that humiliating loss from last night? Is it Big Ben? Is the entire team? Is it JuJu Smith-Schuster? I'll get you guys into him for sure, what he did. Or is it Mike Tomlin? So that's the real question you guys got to ask yourselves, everybody. So how the Steelers getting picked apart? how the Steelers going to come back from these 3 losses. How are the Steelers going to be able to bounce back? How are they going to survive in the playoffs? How? So that's the real question you guys got to ask yourselves, everybody. Because Steelers right now, they're just not, really not worth it anymore. They're really not. So honestly, guys, Steelers, their chances of surviving the playoffs are like 60% chance of surviving. Tell you about that. They're just not playing. They're not playing like the team that they used to be. I mean, they were undefeated this past season, and then next thing you know, their streak just collapses. So honestly, is the losing streak going to continue within the last 2 games, or can they really bounce back in the playoffs? A lot of questions are going to be in store for that, everybody. And honestly, it's safe to say, Steelers are not going to the Super Bowl. They're not. That's it. They're not. They're going to the playoffs though, but they're not going to the play. They're not going to win a Super Bowl. And Big Ben's not going to be Super Bowl material. I tell you that right now. He used to be, but he's not. Because honestly, the Steelers they gave a playoff loss. They're done. They're done. So Ben may as well kiss his career goodbye. Hang him a little cleats. Hang him a little jersey. Have a little farewell speech while you're at it. And remember specifically, well, say goodbye to Steelers forever. That's it. Say goodbye. That's all I gotta do. So clearly, Big Ben isn't looking like himself no more. The offensive line isn't looking like themselves. The defensive line isn't quite there. So I really can't figure out how the Steelers are going to be able to bounce back. They're just really a mess. Right? They're really not looking good right now. They are good, but they're looking pretty messy right now. So they need to get together. This is absolutely just uncalled for. There's no reason why the Steelers should not be losing to the Bengals. This is why they should lose next. Why they lost last night, or why they're going to lose last 2 games. So clearly, Steelers right now, if they lose last 2 games, that's it. They're still in the playoffs though, but they're going to be number 2. They're going to be number 2 seed if they lose last 2 games. But I don't know if Steelers are going to be able to bounce back from that. They got the Colts and the Browns, so that's all I can say on that, everybody. So are Steelers going to come back, or are they going to be in peril? Or are they have a playoff loss lurking out for them? So that's the real question you guys got to ask yourselves, everybody, and that's all you guys got to know. So thoughts on that. Also, ladies and gents, another thing I want to point out, by the way, that the NBA season starts off tonight. Everybody, you will see the Battle of LA between the 17-time NBA champs, the King of LA himself, King LeBron James, and the 17-time NBA champs, the Lakers, who are coming off a really, really monumental win just this past season, back in October around my 22nd birthday. After they did that on behalf of late great Kobe Bryant, and even though 83 would have been Finals MVP, but that's fine. King LeBron James, he's a 4-time MVP, 4-time NBA champion, a 5-time and a 4-time Finals MVP as well. So they have Montrezl in that lineup. I can tell you that with a leg show this time. Clips got Kawhi. They still got Kawhi. Still got PG. So clearly for tonight, guys, it's going to be a slugfest. I can tell you that. It will get ugly. But here's my question I want to retort here. I think a lot of you guys want to know this. And I don't know if this is going to sue or not. I don't think it is. Could the Clips be in the footsteps of the Lakers and the Dodgers if they walk out with an NBA title of their own? Could that ensue? Who question ask yourselves? Or maybe will King LeBron James eclipse those ghosts he's been chasing, or that he will be chasing? MJ, Michael Jordan, MJ, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilson Chamberlain, Earl the Pearl Monroe. You got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You got Dr. J, I guess. AI Laker Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul. Shaq, Paul Pierce, you got Larry Bird, but even Oscar Robinson. You even got Bill Russell. So clearly, I mean, if King LeBron James, and we all know MJ's the ultimate goal. We all know that for sure. We tell you that. So King LeBron James is a playing goal. I can tell you that much. So if King LeBron James even eclipses MJ, and no MJ, he's a six-time NBA champion. We all know that for sure. Oh man. Hold on. Sorry, everybody. So King LeBron James, could he really be the ultimate GOAT, eclipsing guys like MJ, Magic, Shaq? Look at Kobe, God rest his soul. Dave Robinson, Oscar Robinson, Tim Duncan, Paul Pierce, KG, Ray Allen, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Wilson Chamberlain, Earl Pearl Monroe. You got let's see, Dr. J in that lineup. So pretty much all there is I can say on that note, everybody. So it's gonna be real out. It's gonna be real interesting to see how this game's gonna play out. I know they've been battling each other for months and months now, for decades, but my vote's gonna be the seven-time NBA champs Lake Show, taking out Killer Kawhi and PG Paul George. That's it. That's it. So that's all I'm gonna say on that, everybody. That's all I'm gonna say for that, everybody. So Lake Show, they're gonna repeat as back-to-back NBA champs, and that's all I could say. So my vote right there. My vote. That's that, buddy. That's that. Now for the Nets, Durantula, KD, and Kyrie Irving in lineup, facing off against a team that KD's already won an NBA title with. Those pathetic Warriors, those washed up Warriors, I can tell you that. So this will be a really good one, I can tell you that. I'm gonna enjoy seeing the Nets of Kyrie Irving and Durantula put a hurting on those stupid Warriors. Or washed up Warriors, however you want to call them anyway, because Warriors, they're nothing but they're not a dynasty anymore. They're not. Klay Thompson is done for yet again. Done for. He can kiss his career with the Warriors. Goodbye. That's that. So clearly, so to say that Durantula and Kyrie are gonna hurt stupid Steph Curry, who lost at golf this past year. I can tell that to Chuck and Phil Mickelson. By the way, I can tell you, Peyton Manning teamed up with stupid Steph Curry. By the way, I can tell you that much. That was a chance for charity. Yeah, chance for change golf match. I can tell you that much. I mean, Steph Curry still sucks. We all know that for sure. So this is because clearly there's absolutely no way you're not going to see, Super Steph Curry and those puny little Warriors. By the way, just walk out NBA champs. I mean, they were NBA champs, but see, the thing is, dynasties don't last forever. They don't. They don't. Never have. Never will. So, say what you want, everybody. That's it. I mean, even though Pats were they were a good team, they were a broken. I mean, they were just a fallen dynasty. They really were, and they're not a playoff team anymore. I can tell you that. So they're out of the playoffs for good. Warriors, they most certainly were out of the playoffs last season. They most certainly were taking it back to everybody else because no one pays attention to those puny little wars. I mean, they're just garbage anyway. They're garbage. I mean, even though I enjoyed seeing them again have a terrible record, I enjoyed that for sure. I tell you that much. So, puny little Warriors, by the way, they can suck it. So, we all know for sure. And Kyrie Irving, I mean, even though they were both NBA champs, making no mistake about like me, Kyrie Irving won an NBA title with LeBron James back in like 2016. That is, when LeBron James was there with the Cavs. Durant won the title with those puny little Warriors. By the way, I can tell you that. So seeing Kyrie Irving, Durant team up with the Nets, best news yet. Music to my ears. They will obliterate those pathetic Warriors tonight, which they will. And made no mistake about it, though. Nets, they're coming. They're coming though. They were pretty good. They made the Nets. They made the playoffs last season, even though they lost that one. So I think it's safe to say that the Nets right now would be legit favorites to, well, get a playoff run. They would consider. I mean, I would consider them as maybe going to the NBA Finals. That's certainly won't ensue because they got to deal with the Greek Freak for sure. Who's announced that who's already announced last week that he's going to be staying. Who already took the green pill by staying with the Bucks, signed that 5-year, $28 million max extension offer, which he did. So that's best news yet. Good for him because Bucks are the top guys, top team in these two conferences. By the way, I can tell you that much. So that's all there is I can say on that. So as far as Durant and Kyrie Irving go, I mean, if it came down to Kyrie Irving and KD against Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo in the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, that would say something a lot, wouldn't you think? It would. So, guys, that'll be must see. That'll be must watch right there, everybody. So, if it happens in 2021, best news yet. I vote for that one would have to be the Bucks, because even though the Greek Freak wants to win an NBA title with his own, even though he hasn't won one at all, even though they're supposed to be the favorites, by the way, to make the NBA Finals, which they did not. Even though they were lost to the Heat in like 4 games, by the way. So clearly, all that's for them. So it'll be really surprising to see how this all turns out. So once again, everybody, the NBA season starts tonight, everybody, with 2 massive games. So you got the Battle of LA between the Lakers and the Clips. LeBron James, 83. And people would say this, by the way, about 83. He will be MVP, or maybe 83 we picked over LeBron James as Finals MVP. Now remember, LeBron James fans were picking LeBron James over 83 as Finals MVP. Question is, will 83 be MVP nor Finals MVP? Real question you gotta ask yourselves, everybody. Because even though that's 83's first title with the Lakers, by the way, they did for Laker coach Brian, God rest his soul, by the way. And even though the Dodgers, they followed the footsteps of the Lakers, which they did, paying homage to Laker coach Brian, for sure. That's the best news yet. That makes it City of LA's become title town. I can tell you that much. So best news yet, everybody. Best news yet. So Lakers are going to own the Clips once again, and the Nets will own those pathetic, washed up Warriors. That's all there is I can say on that, everybody. That's all I can say. So best news yet, everybody. Best news yet. Also, other news I want to get into, by the way, that Dwayne Haskins apologized for going maskless, or for not having no mask at a strip club, by the way, earlier this year, and that is a violation of the COVID protocols for sure. He went though after Washington will lose to the Seahawks. So clearly, there may be another fine nor suspension awaiting Dwayne Haskins for sure. I can tell you that much. So honestly, not looking good there for violating COVID protocols. By the way, didn't have no mask, didn't have anything. So Dwayne Haskins, absolutely, you cannot condone yourself in that particular matter. You can't. You should, however, be focusing on, even though the NFC leads to the dumpster fire, even though the Washington, by the way, they have, however, they are the first team in the NFC least. I can tell you that much. So clearly, is Dwayne Haskins in the MVP conversation? No. He's not. So clearly that's all there is because he has limited expectations. More importantly, he's not worth it anymore. That's it. Just not worth it. So fans, say what you want, everybody. At the end of the day, you may as well realize that Washington's gonna have Washington. They're not gonna be. I mean, they're not. I mean, they're already. They may be in the playoffs for sure. They they win the division. They'll get the playoffs, and they're gonna get beat down in the playoffs for sure. So that's it for them. So Washington, being the dogs that they are, they've been through a lot. So clearly, to say that Washington for sure, they're not playing material. I mean, they're gonna lose to the playoffs for sure. By the way, and there's not, and that, even though Alex Smith is out with a calf strain for sure yet again, and so to say that Washington right now, they're just like, not worth it. I can tell you that much. But they're gonna lose to the playoffs anyway. So that's all there is I can say in that, everybody. And they most certainly will not be going to the Super Bowl, which they will not do either. And they're not winning one. That's it. They're not going to win one. So that's it right there. So Dwayne Haskins can face stemming from him going to a strip club with no mask, and clearly he's done. So that's that for him, everybody. That's that for him. So he's gonna get fined. Could face disciplinary action. That's that right there, everybody. So that's all you need to know, everybody. That's all there is you got to know. Just for now, everybody. Just for now. Also, another thing I want to point out, by the way, AJ Anthony Joshua really wants the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, the king of boxing, if you will, really wants Tyson Fury. And I know you guys have been requesting this fight for a very, very long time. I'll tell you this, guys. Tyson Fury, if you're watching, hope you are. So Anthony Joshua says next fight is going to be against you, and you say you should have him sign the paper. Well, you can do so on your own terms. That's fine. Ladies and gents, I'll tell you this. I know you guys have been wanting to see Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua quite a while. I'll tell you that. I can tell you this: that Gypsy King Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua would ensue in 2021 unless they both sign a 2-fight offer. So for you, and this is for unification title fighting. So if it happens, if it ensues 2021, this 2-fight offer, pick your votes, cast your votes, everybody. Tell me who's going to win that one. Is it going to be Anthony Joshua, who destroyed Kubrat Pulev, that piece of trash Kubrat Pulev, by the way? Straight from the fact that he got suspended for smooching a female reporter last year. He got knocked out that one. Is it going to be Anthony Joshua that you guys want to destroy the Gypsy King Tyson Fury? Or do you guys think it's going to be the Gypsy King Tyson Fury owning Anthony Joshua? This is the battle. That will be the battle of the UK, by the way, everybody. So theme of that will be a battle for the UK. Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. Two of the most legit boxers in boxing history. Tear each other apart. I really want a piece of each other. I'll tell you that right now. So this is a match. This is a match made in heaven. I'll tell you that right now. So we must see. We must watch. So clearly, best news yet. If it happens in 2020, I'll let you guys know. And that's all there is for the unification title belt. That's all there is for that. And basically, I'll be surprised. So let me know in the comment section who you think is going to win. Is it going to be Tyson Fury or Anthony Joshua? Let me know in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to address response to everybody on that as well. So that's all there is to it. You got to know. Also, others I want to point out here, by the way, that Keyontae Johnson, the Florida b-baller, the Gators player, b-ball player, who basically had a collapsed in that FSU game about a week ago. That is, who was also in a mentally-induced coma. By the way, he is out of the hospital. He's out of the hospital. He's in good spirits for sure. So he thanks everyone for your prayers, for all your responses. So thoughts, prayers out to him. all his family members, all of his fans, all of his viewers, all his subscribers of this of his recovery, by the way, of that horrific, collapse that he sustained. So it's very unclear if he's going to return to Florida Gators, big Gators b-ball, by the way. So even after that collapse he had. So he's a good spirits as of right now. He's out of the hospital. So that's all there is I can say on that. Wish him well, everybody. On that note, please do so. That's all there's you got. That's all there's you got to know. So once again, everybody, Keyontae Johnson of the Gators b-ball who collapsed, the Gators b-baller who collapsed in the FSU rivalry game about a week ago. He's a good spirits right now. He's out of the hospital. So there's for that. So there's you need to know, everybody. So there's you got to know. Also, there's another news I want to point out here, by the way, that JuJu Smith-Schuster, well, he was dancing or dancing to TikTok in the Bengals logo, by the way, which is a little spin in the face. So clearly, something's got to be said about him. And Mike Tomlin may have a little word with him for sure. I can say that, everybody. So it's gonna get me in trouble for sure. I can tell you that. And Mike Tomlin, well, he's supposed to have a talk with JuJu Smith-Schuster. I can tell you that much. So JuJu Smith-Schuster, by the way, he may have a fine or suspension looming for him, stemming from the TikTok dance that caused the Steelers to get their third loss to the Bengals. And I remember the reason why the Steelers Bengals last night, or one of the reasons for sure. So you think that JuJu Smith-Schuster is going to get fined or suspended? If so, how many games? You think he's going to get fined or suspension from him dancing to TikTok in the middle of that Bengals logo before the game even started? For sure. So let me know for sure in the comment section. I'll just response to that for sure. Everybody on that as well. And that's all there is to it. You gotta know. So JuJu Smith-Schuster, that's a TikTok in the middle of the Bengals logo, which is spin the face. You thoughts about that? I will address response to everybody as well. And that's all there is you gotta know. So that's all there is to it. Also, ladies and just another thing I want to point out here, by the way, that Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 2 in the charity exhibition bout is gonna be back at Fight Island January 23rd, 2021, for sure. So they're supposed to. So basically, Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 2 was supposed to ensue in AT&T Stadium, Jerry'sville. By the way, even though those Cowboys are terrible, we all know that. So clearly, Conor McGregor's a big fan of Jerry Jones. I can tell you that much. So, all right. Hang on, right back. Uh-oh. I'm not gonna like. All right. Sorry about. So once again, JuJu Smith-Schuster may face some repercussions stemming from him dancing to TikTok in the middle of a Bengals logo. That's a spin the face. It really is. That goes Steelers to once again get an upset loss, a third loss, which is a bit of an upset to the Bengals, who are not playoff material at all. So there could be some repercussions waiting. JuJu Smith-Schuster, I can tell you that much. So clearly something's got to be said about that. And honestly, not looking good there. That's all there is to it. That's all you need to know. Also, some others I want to address here, by the way. I want to address to you guys about the let's see, 2021 Naismith Memorial B-Ball Pro B-Ball Hall of Famers, Hall of Fame nominees, by the way, everybody. You got Paul Pierce, you got Doug Collins, you got Michael Covert, you got Lauren Jackson, Chelsea Billups, Howard Golfingle, Lou Henson, Val Ackerman, Yolanda Griffith, Becky Hammond, Rip Hamilton, Chris Bosh, Ben Wallace, Swin Cash. Those are the 2021 Pro Basketball Hall of Fame nominees, everybody, and that's all there is you gotta know. So that's all there's to everybody, just for that. Now I'm also here some other news I want to get into here, by the way, that there's more turmoil that is looming for that piece of trash, poor excuse owner who really needs to be released, which should be a whole lot sooner rather than later, by the way, and watch the football for sure. Not the players, no, just the organization and these former employees, by the way, for sure. So it says right here, you get the rest of the Washington Post, that a former female employee was paid $1.6 million in 2009 by Washington Football for the settlement stemming from an incident that ensued from an incident back in April 2009, from an incident that ensued at a Vegas, excuse me, on Dan Snyder's private plane. Yeah, it's private plane, by the way, during a flight from Vegas back in April, by the way. Now this former female employee that was with Washington Football, she made numerous allegations, and she got released from that after female employees personnel file would unveil that she resigned. The woman was a victim of misconduct, by the way. If you guys have already known this for sure, by the way, Washington Football isn't so much peril, by the way, I can tell you that much. Now these are not just Dan Snyder himself, though, but these were just also his entourage as well. So basically, at first, Dan Snyder, it was all the name change. He said, "I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do this. What they really want. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna keep the name change." And then next thing you know it, that drew like criticism there. So name was changed to Washington Football as it is now. So there could be another. So the name could be changed, hopefully by 2021, and a new logo. That's appropriate, by the way. Also, Washington football was also accused of the fact, as of well, now back in this past July or earlier or this past summer, if you will, those of you guys that recall this, that Washington football the Washington football employees or part of Dan Snyder's entourage were accused of harassing, misconduct, and abuse. That's allegation. Now there. I'm sorry, everybody. If those of you guys recall this was back in July. That was like 15 or 40 female employees that were in the Washington football. They were accusing these Dan Snyder's entourage of all these male employees of misconduct, abuse, and harassment. That led to Dan Snyder's entourage being released, and they're all pointing fingers. They're all pointing fingers at Dan Snyder, by the way, for sure, from all these issues. Now this happened under his watch. So ain't no mistake about that. So I can tell you this. So and now this comes out where you have Dan Snyder that's being accused of misconduct by his unknown foreign female employee that was in the Washington football back in 2009, stemming from this incident on a private plane back in April 2009 at some country awards show back in 2009 as well in Vegas. This is on a private plane, by the way, I can tell you that. So honestly, this would be a really good time for Dan Snyder to be released. I know a lot of Washington football fans really want Dan Snyder to dissolve, which obviously has not ensued in the past couple years, past decade or so. And stemming from that huge report, that probe, that Washington football probe, that had like 15 or 40 of these female employees that were accusing Dan Snyder's entourage of these incidents of abuse, misconduct, and workplace misconduct, abuse, and harassment. By the way, where you wouldn't have to be allowed to use the bathroom no more. You wouldn't be allowed to use the bathroom, or he'll get you guys set a beer, which set of beers he wants, and then all of a sudden how you gonna interview to walk him in an interview, not to dress so tight and all that, or heels clacking, and I mean it's just complete. I know it may sound like complete BS. But something needs to be said about Dan Snyder's behavior, because this is absolutely uncalled for. Because Dan Snyder, this piece of trash, sick human being of an owner, needs to dissolve. Now it is very unclear as to whether or not, if this former female employee that was accusing Dan Snyder of misconduct, did she file charges? Did she in fact get a restraining order against Dan Snyder? Did she in fact, or will she file a lawsuit against Dan Snyder? Or maybe, will she in fact get justice against Dan Snyder and all these women that are in the Washington football industry? Do they want justice against Snyder, and also do they want justice for this female employee that was accused of misconduct? By the way, that former female employee has not been named or identified. I can tell you that much. But ladies and gentlemen, Dan Snyder has to go. He has to go. I mean, he was he was the reason why I watched the football before they were a dumpster fire, and clearly they were for sure. They were losing a lot of games. They weren't doing so well. It's all because of Dan Snyder. I mean, the fact that he wouldn't give the fans what they really, really want. He wouldn't necessarily, he doesn't care what fans want, what the viewers wanted, what Washington football fans wanted, what all subscribers wanted, what the viewers. He only cares about himself. He's this entire little run. That's only care about himself. That's it. I mean, yes, you can point fingers at Dan Snyder. By the way, a lot of people have been campaigning nor pleading for Dan Snyder to be released. And honestly, he hasn't been released since, especially from that mess, that Washington football probe that caught a lot of people's attention. I mean, they did show this a lot of times in the Washington Post, which is still out there. But honestly, Dan Snyder needs to dissolve in a matter of minutes. I could tell you this. Dan Snyder could be released, and hopefully he could be released in 2021. That may ensue, ladies and gentlemen, stemming from this incident that ensued in April 2009 in his private plane. And man, if he's released, this female employee that accused Dan Snyder of this incident, she would, however, she would have notified the cops, by the way, and the cops, by the way, and she told the cops about this incident, there would be an arrest warrant out for Dan Snyder as of this very moment. And there could be a potential arrest warrant for him right about now. But, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Snyder is going to be done for, whether he likes it or not, because you don't need this piece of trash owner can't sneak in nothing right. He can't. It hasn't been released. He hasn't been released since. And people were upset with him. They really are. It is I'm very concerned. Even though Washington football, they are doing pretty good. They have an NFC line. So clearly, Dan Snyder's behavior needs to be evaluated. He needs to be let go. He needs to finally get that Pinkston out the door, which would be a whole lot sooner. That never ensued. It never ensued at all. Especially from that that report that that probe, that Washington football probe, by the way. They gotta let him go. I'm sorry. This is a really good time to let go that piece of trash, poor excuse owner of Washington football, Dan Snyder. Go. That's it. This right here says it all. And you can say whatever you want, guys. Dan Snyder's got to go. Maybe he needs to go. He really needs to go. That's it. I know a lot of you Washington football fans really want Dan Snyder to go. Stem from this incident right here. This is more peril for Dan Snyder for sure. No Washington football, by the way, as well. Even though Washington football, they were accused of the organization. By the way, they were accused of having all these cheerleaders. By the way, take photos for sure on a trip to I think it's like Brazil. I guess that is. So, and for a calendar shoot as well. So that's really, because this is unacceptable. It really is. Dan Snyder is a sorry piece of trash of an owner who needs to be exiled from Washington football first, and he needs to be exiled by 2021. If that doesn't happen, people are going to lose it. People are going to start rioting, protesting. Washington football fans going to be protesting to get Dan Snyder out the door. That's it. If that happens, ladies and gentlemen, oh man, they gotta let him go for good. They need to let him go for good. That's it. They need to let him go for good. That's it right there. Watch it, because Dan Snyder, he's got to go. This is unacceptable on all cylinders. People are ashamed of him. He's a shame of a nation. That's what he is. Dan Snyder is trash. Nobody wants him anyway. More specifically, needs to be let go as of this very moment, especially from this incident right here. This former field employee was accusing Dan Snyder of misconduct on a private plane back in 2009 during a flight from Vegas. So, Dan Snyder, you sick human being, you got to go. That's it. You got to go. He needs to take the bait and just go. That's it. Yeah, you can go, and maybe Dan Snyder meant to apologize towards this female employee who says that Dan Snyder did that, Dan Snyder was doing this to her, or molested her for sure. I don't think about. Apologize for saying that for sure, but clearly something needs to be said by Dan Snyder, because he really, really, really has got to go. So, ladies and gents, Dan Snyder's got to go. I'm sorry. He's this entitled little bee, that's entitled little runt, which he is, by the way. This is unacceptable, so I can tell you that right now. So, Dan Snyder, you might as well go apologize to this former female employee that was accusing you of this incident You might as well go apologize to Washington yet again. Apologize to those former female employees once again. Apologize to the fans. Apologize to your viewers. Apologize to yourself. How much of a piece of trash you are. Apologize to the team. Apologize to fans all over the world, at home, all over the country, all over the DMV area, all over the globe, on social media, and on digital platforms. Absolutely sickening behavior. It was sickening. From that Watch Football Pro, that scandal that ensued, they're gonna have they want him gone. He should have been gone there. They're going to let him go of this incident right here. A female employee that would, I would say soon. She would potentially, that was accusing Dan Snyder of molesting her, sexually harassing her, or misconduct, was actually unacceptable. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Snyder will be out the door. Hopefully by 2021. That's that. So you gotta know everybody just for that. And Dan Snyder can have a fine suspension awaiting him. And he needs to lose ownership. He needs to give up ownership for good. Sell the team for once. And for goodness sakes, Dan Snyder, please give the people what they really want. Please, look, give Washington football fans what they want. Give, the female employees who were, who basically were harassed or abused of these incidents, by the way. Give them what they want. Give all the Washington football fans what they want. Give fans what they want. The viewers, subscribers, give the people what they want. By leaving Washington as owner, sell the team for good. That's it. Sell the team for good. So it's going to do so in 2021? That's a big question you got to ask yourself, everybody. That's the only thing you got to know. So Dan Snyder, this piece of trash has got to go. That's it. He's got to go. I know a lot of fans involved in the Loudoun County area, for sure, and all over, all over the area. They want him to go. All the DMV area, they really want Dan Snyder to go, and he hasn't been dissolved since. So this 2021, hopefully he dissolves in 2020. That's it. This is unacceptable behavior. He needs to be arrested. He needs to be cited. He needs to be indicted. He needs to be disciplinary action. And if this woman did in fact notify the police about this, there will be an arrest. When Dan Snyder will be arrested, he will be sued. There will be a lawsuit awaiting Dan Snyder, and then potentially be arrested. And if in fact that she intended to press charges against Dan Snyder, that's it. So, if Dan Snyder was convicted, he'll plead guilty. He'll face jail time for a very, very long, long, long time. And the fact that, this is it. If that is sued, that's it. Or if it's sued in 2021, that's a big surprise right there, everybody. So, Dan Snyder, he needs to go. He's trash, garbage, and he created a toxic wasteland. That was it. In the organization, if you will. So, Washington, Dan Snyder, get the pinks out the door. That's that. So, Dan Snyder, you're just trash. You're just absolute trash. That's it. Also, there's another one I want to point out here, by the way, that the 2021 Pro Bowls have been unveiled, by the way. You got King, you got the engaged, soon to be married. You got the girl dad Super Bowl MVP. You got the Showtime. You got Sir King Super Bowl MVP himself, the defending one. The girl dad Mahomes, Super Bowl Mahomes, King Patrick Mahomes of Chiefs Kingdom, the king of KC, the king of the Chiefs Kingdom, the king of the AFC division, the king of the king of KC, which he is, by the way, we all know that. So, and he's still gonna be, back to back Super Bowl MVP. And he's gonna say it on a Super Bowl wedding day, whenever that is, for sure. So that's a big question that's gonna ask yourselves, though. Also, in the Pro Bowls revealed will be Josh Allen, Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, King Derrick Henry, no first stiff farm, Nick Chubb, Josh Jacobs, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Aaron Jones, Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, D Hop, DeAndre Hopkins, who did get the who caught the Hail Murray, by the way, by Kyler Murray, DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson, Travis Kelce, Darren Waller, TJ Hawkinson, Evan Ingram, Myles Garrett, Joey Bosa, Chris Jones, Myles Garrett piece of trash for sure, Cameron Hayward, Aaron Donald, Fletcher Cox, Cam Jordan, Brandon Graham, Darius Leonard, TJ Watt, Bradley Chubb, Bobby Wagner, Khalil Mack, Zadarius Smith, Xavier Howard, Tre'Davious White, Minka Fitzpatrick, the Honey Badger Tyrann Mathieu. You got Jalen Ramsey, Jair Alexander, Buda Baker, Buda Baker. Yep. Buda rock on you. Yeah, Buda Baker as well. You got let's see, Quandre Diggs. So those, ladies and gents, are your 2020 Pro Bowlers that have been revealed, ladies and gents. Just for now, that's all there is you need to know, everybody. That's all there is I gotta say. So all you gotta know, everybody, just for that. So no more to it, everybody. That's what I say. All right, ladies and gents, that will do it right there for the Khalil Sports Board. Like, subscribe to the Khalil Sports Board YouTube channel, Facebook page by any and all means necessary. Be sure you send me your comments, your reactions, your thoughts, on how the Steelers are going to get back on the rebound from these 3 losses they've had. One, their upset loss against the Bengals, by the way. So, the Steelers going to be able to bounce back from the 3 losses they've had? Are they going to survive in the playoffs? Let me know in the comment section about that. Or and the Steelers are going to be in danger. And is Mike Tomlin's coaching career with the Steelers, is that in peril as well? His tenure, is that in peril as well? Let me know in the comment section. I will just want to have a shirt on that as well. Your thoughts on AJ Anthony Joshua really wanted to get his hands on Tyson Fury, by the way, for the unification shout out in 2021. I'll get sent 2 fight offers. So let me know about the shirts. Put your votes in right now. That's all there's you got to do, everybody, on that as well. There's a Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 2 charity exhibition bout to be heading back to Fight Island, by the way, January 23rd, 2021. It's supposed to be at AT&T Stadium, by the way. Jerry as well, if you will. And Cowboys are terrible. But that's about that. I'll just want to sure button as well. That's all there's to it. NBA tonight, buddy. You got the Nets taking on those pathetic Warriors, by the way. You got Battle of LA between the King of LA himself, King LeBron James, and Killer Kawhi, and PG Paul George and the Clips, by the way. So who do you think is going to have those wins? Let me know about in the comments. Just want to share about as well. And also wish Keyontae Johnson, let's words out to him. He's at the hospital for now. Same from that collapse that he had in that FSU rivalry game. Week ago, that is. That's about that. You think JuJu Smith-Schuster is going to face repercussions stem from the fact that he danced in the middle of the Bengals logo, by the way, which is blatant son disrespect, by the way, a spin in the face, if you will. You think it's going to be fine to suspended? Let me know about that, sure, in the comment section. I'll address sponsor sure as well. That's all there is to it. And then we thought the Pro Bowls being revealed. Let me know about that, sure, in the comment section. I'll address sponsor sure about it as well. And do you guys think that Dan Snyder, and do you guys really want Dan Snyder to finally be released, stemming from this foreign female employee who's not named, saying that Dan Snyder was accused of misconduct on a private plane from Vegas. So are there going to be any sort of repercussions for Dan Snyder? Is it going to be arrested? Is it going to be charged? Is it going to be sued? Is it going to face disciplinary action? Will he finally lose ownership, which people have been pleading for decades now? So that's about that. I will be more than happy to address the sponsor of a shirt button as well. That's all there is to it. You got to know. And with thoughts on the 2021 Memorial Pro Basketball Hall of Famer nominees being announced. What you thoughts about that? I'll just find the shirt about as well. That's all there's to everybody. So don't forget, guys, stay tuned for the Christmas special, the Khalil Sportswear, everybody. And for the New Year's special, the Khalil Sportswear, and the 2020 special, the Khalil Sportswear as well. Stay tuned for that. That's all that you got to know, everybody. So let's do it. So take care, you guys. You guys have good evening. Good evening. Please be safe with that. Bye-bye.